due east of the U.S. Capitol building at Northwest Stadium in Landover. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Commanders. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go from Northwest Stadium. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They're led out by the former number 2 overall pick. That was back in 2015, Marcus Mariota.
It's just so nice to have a veteran like this on your roster that you know might not get a ton of reps in practice, might not get a ton of reps in the preseason, but when you need to turn to him, he's there and he's ready. They've been a starter in this league. They've had success. He knows how to manage a huddle. He knows how to read defenses. He does all the intangibles that you need to turn to when your team needs a settling force at quarterback. To have one of these guys, man, what a weapon. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Back to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Now, faking the give. And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down. Derek Harmon able to pursue his man and drop him for a loss of 4.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. He'll drop to throw. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and We won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he gets up to the 24.
13 yards on the play. And a Steelers first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Gain of 19 yards.
How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
A gain of 19.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Taken in by Connor Hayward. And he's close to another first down as he was brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 8.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Play fake. It's Rodgers. Forced out wide. Now he'll run it. A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll run again. Showing off the footwork, sliding down after a gain of 8.
8 yards.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And he will get into the end zone. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Steelers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. His kick is good, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead.
Commanders 0.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Luke McCaffrey. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Commanders' offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll run here with the rookie. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's 3rd and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with this call when you've made the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on 4th down. So I don't love 3rd and short, bomb, punt. I do love 3rd and short, okay, you fail, I'm going to go for it on 4th down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the... On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Once again, it's Warren. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
The tackle made back.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now Rodgers. Here's a screen set up for Warren. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
The shotgun, it's Aaron. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Jalen Warren was the man he was trying to connect with. And that'll set up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Commanders' offense ready to take over once again. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, they've punted twice, looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. on the ground. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and a yard. Receiver in motion, headed left. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
Third down, 3 to go. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And the Commanders are going to take possession.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away. And that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The Commanders' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, shades of college football, old school offense there. They run option, and they pick the right option. The quarterback keeps it for the touchdown.
And the key to defending an option play, Mike, is that every defender executes their specific job. In this case, the defender who was responsible for the quarterback, he completely loses sight of him, and it was all the space the quarterback needed to take it to the house.
The extra point by Gay is good. The Commanders will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Here's Williams on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. From the gun, Rodgers. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target, and that will lead to a second down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
The second down throw is incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
On third down, Rodgers. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, and he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Fair catch called, and he's going to take it on the 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
But Commanders offense and Marcus Mariota set to take over once more. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. He'll look to throw. Now pass deep for McLaurin. That is brought in. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
It's a pickup of
a big play there for Washington. Pickup of 46 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
A 6-yard pickup.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
That'll be taken in by Krosky Merritt. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Commanders with the football to begin the second quarter as they go to work on first and goal. No handoff, he'll keep it himself. And he will take it in himself. Marcus Mariota, touchdown Washington. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Commanders 14, Steelers 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Jay to kick this one away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Gainwell. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. To throw, it's Rodgers. They're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Commanders come up with it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it, and they're going to do that with excellent field position. Set up to throw. He'll step up and run.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. They'll motion over Samuel. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Lane. He's got it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Waste of time.
3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Zach Ertz. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll step up and run this.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they failed to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
They'll motion over Samuel. Gay to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will take a 21-7 lead.
Commanders 21, Steelers 7.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Second down, Rodgers. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Ever so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Deebo Samuel making their way out. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That one too far up in front. It is incomplete. Trying to connect with the veteran Zach Ertz that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
To return is Williams. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
16-yard line.
Steelers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. Going back to the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
The tight end Ertz in motion. They'll stay on the ground. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. The veteran Darius Slay. They're on the stop.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll motion the slot man right. Now This time, they'll look to throw. As caught, that's Lane. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now a 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Hayes' kick is good. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Steelers offense getting their final instruct field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Play action now with Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Warren. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, has been the case this entire 1st half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Begin here on the ground. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Chuck Clark there to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Back to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Here's Tress Way now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Steelers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one.
The best running backs, Mike, they have a really good balance between executing the play that's designed, but then every so often they just have to trust their instincts, and sometimes that's the best plays. That's where the big home run shots come from, and when you have a talented back, you want to give them that freedom.
This one complete to Hayward. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Well, give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
By Bobby Wagner. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing Rodgers. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and we'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away.
It's just so the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down, your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. There, maybe a yard.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Short one there. He's got Ertz. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. And he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Set up the screen, out wide, it's Brown.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
Now the Commanders will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 2. He'll get this out to his running back. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
So, halftime straight ahead, and we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, it's Williams. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Steelers' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. The open man is Wilson. And he's Brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
On play action, Rodgers. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are
He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. Still going. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
That was a big-time answer by this offense, and they really needed it. I mean, this game, it looked like it was starting to get away, didn't it, Mike? I mean, now it's up to their defense. Can they get a stop of their own so they can get their offense back out there, get the ball back, and try to build off this last drive?
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers back within 10. It's now 24-14.
Commanders 24, Steelers 14.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll motion over Samuel. On the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. Third down coming up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Right side, hauled in by Samuel. And he's very close to a first down, out of bounds right at the marker. Spot is just a little short, so it is fourth down.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on fourth down.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. From the gun, Rodgers. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. He finds Metcalf on the slant. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
Steelers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's good for us.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion. Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Rodgers. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
A-Rod out of the gun here on 3rd down. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, This touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Steelers cut the lead to 3, 24-21.
Steelers 21.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. Now the gun is a run up the gut, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the ground, he'll get it again. And he's able to find the crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
And the Commanders' 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. That'll be taken in by Krosky Merritt. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's McClure. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. 1st down, Washington. They'll look to throw yet again. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
The slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that's going to be picked by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
Steelers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Start this on the ground with 1. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. On the ground, Gainwell. He will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and
4. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers has done this long enough. Gives himself up at the end, but he's got a 1st down.
And the Steelers, 1st down. A gain of 7. 1st down, Steelers.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 15 on that game. That's a Steeler 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
Oh, they're out in a flash, and he lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Rodgers. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third and 10. Rodgers. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Intended for
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
The Commanders' offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Now, faking the give. Right side. Catch made by McLaurin. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 17 yards that time for number 17.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Junior on the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and inches. On 2nd down, here's a run to begin the 4th quarter. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
7-yard gain. That's good for a Commander's 1st down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Now this time they'll look to throw. As caught, that's Lane. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
This one has plenty of legs. And it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
after the field goal. Back out is Gay to kick this one off. Williams now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
Second down, Rodgers. Back to the big tight end, Fryer move. Let's get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. In trouble, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That's the 4th time All-Pro T.J. Watt getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
The motion man here is McLaurin.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 13.
It is 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He keeps it himself.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Very nice defensive play there. They'll let you complete passes if they're going to end up like that. It's a completion, but a loss of yard.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Now they'll set up to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. First and goal coming up.
Big-time completion right there. And this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach. So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
The motion man here is McLaurin. Back to the air one more time. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you've just got to catch the ball.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
So out comes Matt Gay in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Here with Gainwell. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, Rodgers. He finds Austin with the grab. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A gain there of 24 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
That's another
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
And he will score! Game on! Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it, and the Steelers will cut it to a 2-point lead.
The score, Commanders 30, Steelers 28.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. To return, it's McCaffrey. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders offense heading out for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. Travis Scott on the ground. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
They'll stick with him again, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Come on, guys, dig deep. Here we go. Take it to us. Play like a team.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. And now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's a zone read. He'll keep it himself. And he's down at the 3. What a run. Now it is 1st and goal. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.